Hello Potato, and welcome to another LEGO video. Now, while it is still the Halloween season, hence the Halloween fineries, although actually it's only like 3 things here that aren't here the rest of the year anyways. But anyways, aside from the Halloween fineries, we're not doing a Halloween video this week. I am finally done with the Halloween LEGO Village. I have posted pictures on the @VoidOfIntelligence Instagram. If you're interested in looking at them, go check them out and see how it all turned out. The Sanderson's house, the stuff that was from previous years, and sadly, yes, there was stuff that had to go away this year because the Sanderson's house was actually a little bit bigger than I had really thought it was, and there's actually 2 kits that had to go away to make room for it. But I think the display looks good for it. So what are we doing today? Well, if you looked at the thumbnail or the title of the video, you'll know that what we're doing today is something that it's been sitting around here kind of teasing me with its existence for a month now. They came out at the beginning of September and I ordered them, and they have been sitting here since they arrived, waiting for me to get to a point where I could do a video on them so I could open them and look at them. And that is the, well, not new anymore, but the latest LEGO Collectible Minifigure series. It's blind bags, well, blind boxes now actually. And yeah, they're labeled as Kit 66735, the LEGO Marvel Studios Minifigures. They are the second series of Marvel minifigures. I really liked the first one. Got us our zombie Captain America. Sadly, no other zombie ones in the set, but you can't have everything, can you? I don't think there's any zombies in this one either, because remember a couple years ago they promised us at like a D23 that we would have a Marvel Zombies series, and that has not appeared before us yet. And to be fair, they promised us a second series of What If, and that hasn't happened yet either. LEGO has changed the way they do these collectible minifigures, supposedly to cut down on the plastic from the little foil bags, but instead, as we're going to see, they've switched to much larger cardboard boxes, hence the fact that this is considerably larger, I think I have one handy here, than the old minifigure boxes used to be. Here actually is, for example, that's the LEGO Disney 100 minifigure series, the last series presumably to come in the old style packaging. And as you can see, it's quite a bit smaller than our new one. They both held 6 figures. This one's, it's a little bit taller, but it's quite a bit smaller. I'm guessing they're laid down in this. And it seems like these are kind of a pain for retailers too. I've noticed them, even LEGO Store has them behind the counter. They don't have them out on the floor at all. I don't know if that's because of theft or just because you can fit so little of them in the same space. You used to be able to fit like 30 of the old figures. You can maybe fit like, I don't know, 24? 12? Not very many, I wouldn't think. But I didn't get them from LEGO Store anyways because LEGO Store never has these boxes, and I wanted to get the boxes. I liked that a few times ago, I think actually with the original Marvel Studios figures. And it seems like if you get these, your chances of getting the whole collection goes up without duplicates. However, I have ensured there will be duplicates because, see, there's 12 in the series, there's 6 in the box, so I did buy 2 boxes. Let's put it the right way around. There we go. 2 boxes. But what if I get 2 of the same boxes? So just to be safe, I bought a 3rd box. So we're definitely going to have at least 6 duplicates, but hopefully a full series. The question is, will I have the same figures 3 times? Or will I just have 2 of half of them and 1 of the other half? We'll find out. I have to figure out which one should we start with? I don't know. I've looked at the boxes to try to see, is there any signifier on them? Is there any indicator that lets me know, that lets them know which box is which assortment? And I can't tell any difference. So either there isn't any difference that I can tell, or I do have 3 of the same box, which would be unfortunate because I have not been trying to hunt down any more of these because I've had these sitting here literally for a month, just taunting me every time I see them sitting there, waiting for them to do the hey, finish up the Halloween Lego, and let's do some blind boxes. Well, it's time. We'll do some blind boxes. So let's break out the answer coin here, yes or no. Should we open this box first? Yes, all right. Well, that answers that then, doesn't it? We will open this box first. I think it's one I had out first anyways. And I do want to look at, because, you know, the nice thing in the old minifigures, and I think this may have something to do with why Lego has changed, not so much for they want to have less landfill, which is like their stated reason, but because I think it was too easy to tell what was in each individual bag, and you could avoid getting duplicates you didn't want that way. I suppose the downside of that from the buyer's point of view is that, you know, you could get somebody who went in there and say bought all the hot dog guys because that guy was popular and was going to like just turn around and resell them on the internet. But I've also heard that's a viable way of trying to get the rest of these. A lot of people have got duplicates, they want to get rid of them, so maybe I don't know, be cheaper than buying these at $5 a pop blind, especially if, again, if you can't look at them and tell what they are anymore. I don't need, you know, 20 Storm figures when I just, you know, what I really want is a She-Hulk. So let's break this open. So yeah, this is how they come now. I am absolutely not a fan of this. I get wanting to cut down. We're not cutting down landfill. This is still going to be a lot of landfill. It's just not plastic and foil. But yeah, I am not enamored with this packaging. But look how much space that takes up. And I feel like they're actually probably easier for people to steal from. Now, I'd heard online that you could sort of see through these holes at the corner here to see what was in them. So I'm going to try shining a torch in there. I can't do it on the camera. I have to have it like right up in front of my face. And I'm going to say no. I don't think there's any way to like easily tell what's in this. Because I don't see anywhere you're gonna shine a light through. Somebody told me you could that there was like these corners were not sealed tightly, and you could shine a light through like the bottom corner and look through the top corner, and you'd be able to see like what was in there. But that is absolutely not the case. Yeah, I think, you know, if I don't get the full collection out of this, the age of buying, or like being completionist on the minifigures may have to come to an end. And I'll be interested to see, because I've heard the theft on these has been really high. I know a lot of retailers are having to lock them up because I guess they're that much easier to steal from. And yeah, they're definitely not. I've heard nobody say anything nice about these. So maybe this will be a one-off, and they'll realize that this is not the way to go. Or here's an idea. Instead of doing blind bags, instead of making us gamble for these things, just sell the figures. I mean, if you can sell them blind, there may be some legality to why they can sell them blind bagged and they can't sell them just as individual figures. Or sell them as a set. I don't know. But not a fan of this. So are there anything different on the... So there's different information on the bottom of each box. So is that maybe the way we tell? You think this has been out for a month and a half now. I would have looked into it more. Yeah, they do each seem to have a different code on the bottom. So maybe that's something. I guess we'll start opening it and we'll find out. So you can figure out what the code is, figure out the mystery. Because if that's the case, then it should be easy enough to go online and find somebody who has listed what each code means. All right. Another theory I'd heard was to try weighing them, and they do definitely feel like there's differences in weights. Like you'd need like a pretty fine scale, not like, not your fruit scale or anything. But that might be a thing too. It does feel like the different weights. It doesn't feel like there's like they've made an effort to put weight in them to even them out. This feels heavier than. And here we have, is Kate Bishop, right? I'm remembering that correctly. So at some point in the last couple minutes, I see my microphone cut out. So I'm not sure how much information we lost there. So I'm going to put some of it in here again, and I will have cut it out if it wasn't lost. So the box on her said 230R3004961. And here is the rest of the assortment. The ones not pictured on the box are Mr. Knight, Hawkeye, Storm, and who was Werewolf by Night, which that's a really cool one. That one actually may go in the Halloween display. So there, that's all caught up. I think anything relevant that I had to say before the sound went out. And of course, if the sound went out, then this won't be in here. So looking at our Kate Bishop, we do have the dog, which does have, Pizza Dog is missing his eye. You can see that there. I know I can't get too close without it going all blurry, but he is got his missing eye. She's got her hits the spot pizza box, her bow, her quiver, everything she needs to be a young replacement for Hawkeye. So we'll put her over here. Also, I love these little jumper pegs. I got some to use in my Halloween display just for the, for the ghosts and stuff, to make them look a little more actiony, so everybody's not just stuck to the ground. So put you over there in front of that box. Now, sadly, Pizza Dog here does not stick to the base the way it comes. If I had her, now I'd have to take her off there entirely to make him stay on there. All right, so we've opened one so far with no duplicates. So open number 2. This one is labeled 69. No, it's not. 629R3002341. Let's see who is in this one, because I'm hoping that's... I haven't looked to see further information how to tell who's in what. So, but I'm hoping that is a useful way to tell who's in the boxes. All right, this is what actually I haven't done a ton of research on these, but I've done enough to know that people have been really having a hard time getting this figure, and that's Mr. Knight. Let's put him together. And here is our Mr. Knight, and he's got his little batons. I like that, it's nicely printed. Fairly simple. I love the little fish tank piece, that's pretty cool. I do like that they've actually bothered to print the back of both the mask and the suit. I mean, it's simple, but it's nice that it's there. They could just have been lazy and left those totally white, and they didn't, and I like that. I appreciate that. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people online saying that Mr. Knight's been hard to find. He comes also with an extra baton. And I'm just going to put his little jumper pegs to the side. I'm not going to make them all be in mid-jump for this, just because I'm going to stick them on top of their boxes. But nice. I definitely was one of the ones I wanted. Him and Moon Knight are both ones that I wanted out of this. So I'm glad we got him out of the way quickly at the very beginning. Don't have to worry about him. Let's move on to number 3. I will be disappointed if I get a duplicate in this box. I mean, that sort of seems to defeat the purpose of the boxes. Oh, this one is 430R3021432. Again, if that turns out to mean anything, if not, then it just makes this video longer for no reason. Oh, but nicely. So I think what they've done, what they did with the Disney 100 figures, which is connect them, kind of theme them together. Because in the last one where we got, I think was Tiana and Facilier in the same box. Here we have Moon Knight and Mr. Knight in the same box. I wonder then if one of these other ones here will be Hawkeye to go with our Kate figure. All right, let's finish putting him together. And there is Moon Knight. Yes. Nice. He also comes with an extra one of his daggers. I think he uses 2 in the series at times, right? So it gives you a second one of those. And an extra one of the little scarab beetle, as well as the little jumper plate and the jumper peg. Again, nicely printed. I love actually you have actually 2 faces on this one, because they've gone to the trouble of giving you the cowl or the hood so that you can flip it around and have him have its face exposed, which is really a nice little thing. And they've even bothered to print the back despite there being a cape to go over to cover it. So it's very, very mummy-like. That's nice. Those are two that I really did want from this set. So that's, especially given that there's no zombies in this series, I really did want Moon Knight and Mr. Knight, and I've got those. So, I mean, honestly, who else do I really would like? I'd like Werewolf by Night. I think I'd like Agatha. I'd like She-Hulk, but I'm a little disappointed that they have not gone and given her like the longer legs, like say the classic Woody from Toy Story, or the Na'vi from the Avatar sets, just because she should be a little bigger. They need something like between, I've said this before, they need something in between like the big roided out Thanos Hulk figures and these to be characters that are a little bit larger. A character like, say, She-Hulk. She-Hulk's not Hulk-sized, but she's considerably larger than a normal person. All right, so this one is labeled 230R3020899. I'm going to guess we're going to have Hawkeye in here. That is my guess, because we had Moon Knight and Mr. Knight. We had, I'm not saying that Hawkeye's necessarily going to be in here, but I think he's going to be in this box. No, in here we get She-Hulk. Nice. Put her little box up here, and we'll put her together. And my sound went out again, so this is going to be, I think, annoying today. All right, so we have She-Hulk. If I missed something, if something was cut out, then I'll probably put text over it. So she has the case file for Emil Blonsky, aka was Abomination, is his name, right? And really cool, on her phone here, she is receiving a call from Wong. Little Lego Wong, little Lego Abomination. I don't have a Lego Abomination. I have Wong. I don't have a Lego Abomination. That'd be cool to have. Maybe in a future series, or maybe if they do a She-Hulk Series 2, we'll get an Abomination set. Or maybe Abomination will show up again. I mean, he showed up in Shang-Chi, so maybe he'll show up again in this at some point. I'm getting annoyed at the sound thing. Hopefully it's not cutting out things where I'm not saying anything important, but I'm not saying anything important. I'm just talking about Lego. She's got her little combat suit. I think it's kind of weird that we've given her her battle suit, but given her legal stuff. But I guess, it would have looked weird. I mean, would also put her in the red dress? I don't know. I'm glad they did a She-Hulk figure. Oh, she has two faces as well. I forgot. Almost forgot. I was so annoyed at the sound going out again. She's got a big smiley face and a less smiley face, more like a knowing smirk face. Probably there to annoy people in the toxic part of the fandom. All right, next, this is number 5 from the first box. 729R301435. Again, I'm still thinking, so there's nobody else from She-Hulk in this series right now. So I'm still thinking we're going to get a Hawkeye in one of these. Is it this one? It is not this one. This one is, what's her name? It's Echo, right? I'm only vaguely familiar with her, like less so than even anybody else. I think I think she was Echo. Also, it's been a year since I've watched Hawkeye. All right, let's put her together. All right, there is, again, if I'm calling her the wrong thing, I apologize. I'm just going to keep calling her Echo, though. Here is Echo, because also, what am I going to talk? I'm not talking about her again once I'm done looking at this figure, right? Because she's open now. We have who I'm calling Echo, and it's pretty cool. It's really nice. The printing on it's really nice. I like the faces. They have a really, really angry face, and like her, I know I'm going to stomp you into a pothole face. She's got her. I don't remember what her weapon exactly was. I mean, obviously some sort of a club, or for some reason she has a very weird torch. But interesting, she has the artificial leg. Prosthetic leg. That's what I'm looking for. She has the prosthetic leg. which is that's not a piece you see too common. Like they have like occasionally see those, or like the peg leg. I have like a peg leg pirate minifigure from the Build a Minifigure last year in my Lego Village. She's very excited. They've actually given her the little braids on her hair, which is nice. I mean, I don't know enough about the figure to have much of an opinion on her. I was kind of more happy in that series that they brought back Kingpin, and then haven't done anything with him since. But I'm sure we will see him again at some point. But I know she was at least supposed to get her own series, I thought. But then I don't know how far in advance that little teaser where they showed us What If Series 2 and Marvel Zombies, how far that timeline was supposed to go. We still could get a season of her. I guess it depends on how well Disney Plus is doing down the road. I know they've just invested a bunch of money into the parks. Hopefully we'll still get some good stuff on Disney Plus. All right, our last figure from this first box is 130R3017161. So I'm betting this is Hawkeye. That is my prediction, is that this is going to be our Hawkeye figure to go with Kate. And I mean, it only took predicting it for 5 boxes, but yes, I am correct. It is Hawkeye. Still got a bunch of these for the landfill. All right, let's put Hawkeye together. All right, and there is Hawkeye. Again, nicely matches outfit-wise to Kate. It's got his black bow instead of the brown one, and he has an owl. And I don't remember the owl in the show. I haven't watched the show since it first released, which actually wasn't last year. It was the year before. Maybe I need to watch. Maybe I need to watch again come Christmas time. It's a nice Christmas show, isn't it? He's also got his quiver. I don't remember. Yeah, I do not remember the owl or the significance of it, but I'm always happy to see an owl. I mean, I will never be disappointed when an owl comes to the party. But I keep knocking over Pizza Dog there. See, this is why I didn't put them all on the little jumper plates and pegs, because yeah, it just does kind of unbalance them. But it is great for displaying them in cities. So not just like standing around flat. I can have a little more apparent action. I really, really do. These are like one of the best advances they've done in these minifigure collections pretty much ever. Let's put you over here with Kate, keep her company. I like the hair too. Also 2 faces. Smug face, angry face, with a bandage on his eye. That's pretty cool. He does get kind of the snot kicked out of him throughout his own series, doesn't he? I guess when you're not necessarily the main character in your own series, that's gonna happen. All right, so we have half the collection. This is nice. So I guess we need to now see which box we should open next. Will it be all duplicates? Will it be the other half of the series and I'll just have a box that, I don't know, I'll put away or resell later on? You can probably guess, by looking at how much longer this video is, whether or not this next box has the next 6 in it. And also we'll hopefully get some information as to whether or not these numbers are significant or if they're just like some sort of like production run code. So, should we open this box next? Yes. All right. So you will sit over there, and you we will do now. So first let's check out these codes on the bottom, see if there's any duplicates. I mean, if they're all the same codes, it's probably going to answer our question. And if they're not the same codes, but they're still the same figures, that's also going to answer our question. So this one's 330R3. So yeah, this is definitely a different code number. But this has the same number as Kate Bishop. Oh, you know what? So does... Oh no, the subcode is different. What's the subcode on this one? 02097... So it's a different subcode. So this may just be a production code, but this does have the same top number as both Kate and She-Hulk. And so does this one. And 430R3 has the same as Moon Knight. But again, the bottom number is different, isn't it? 429R3. Nope, that one's different than the others. And 430R3, which is also the same as the Moon Knight one. So I guess we're going to find out now. Either this is a totally different box, or these codes don't mean anything. Or they don't mean what I would like them to mean. Yeah, item number is the same. See, the only difference I'm seeing on the boxes is this code is different on each box. Well, let's start with these ones. That's the same one that's got the same top number as Moon Knight. These ones have the same top number as both She-Hulk and Kate. Let's open up one of these first and see what we're looking at here. If it's a duplicate, then I may just go ahead and open the other box. Nope, it is a different... Alright, so I think I may have the whole collection here, because we have Wolverine. Alright, bub, let's put him together. Alright, I want to say, for what they are, even though it's not necessarily a character that I really super wanted, I mean, I'm happy to have him. I've always regretted not getting that set that had Wolverine and Deadpool in it. Especially because they've never made another Deadpool. My Deadpool in my Villages is not an authentic one. Because that set sells like $250. But I do at least now have a Wolverine. I didn't have one before. And I think, as far as what they come with, I think this one may be my favorite so far. Because not only do we have both Wolverine's mask and Wolverine's hair, which I guess is probably meant to go on this face. There we go. So you can have him as, like, kind of Logan in his Wolverine costume. Which I guess in the new Deadpool movie, he's going to have a version of this costume, which is kind of cool. Or you can have him more in his big bat-esque thing going on. But I like that also it comes with a destroyed Sentinel head. How awesome is that? That's really cool. You know, I don't think we see a lot of X-Men Lego sets. I think it probably has to do with who's owned the rights for the longest time. And yeah, because he really hasn't appeared in the MCU technically yet, has he? Neither has Storm or Beast. So I guess that means we're going to be a confirmation that we'll be getting something with them. Oh no, they had that X-Men 90s cartoon, didn't they? That probably counts. That's probably what these are from, isn't it? I never watched it. I actually watched that show, well, on Fox Kids, back in the 90s. Enjoyed it. That's kind of like that and the old arcade machine are kind of where the sum of my X-Men knowledge came from. Is those shows? I did watch that. What was that rebooted one that's like on WB, or I guess it was still, well, CW now, but I think it was still WB at the time. It's like X-Men Evolution or something like that, where it had them as kids in school while the Wolverine was still an adult, because Wolverine is perpetually ever always an adult. Alright, let's open up the next one. This video is going to be long enough. I don't need to prattle about stuff while not moving forward. Okay, so this one is the other one that has the same top code as Kate, She-Hulk, and now Wolverine, but the bottom code is 020927. She was 020899, and these two are both very different from that. This one's got sort of a similar number, but I feel like I've gotten both boxes in the assortment here, so I probably don't really need to worry about dupes. And it looks like we've got Wasp in this one. I don't have a Wasp. I actually don't think I have an Ant-Man either. Another set I regret not getting. Oh, I just lost her head. Oh, this is Ironheart, isn't it? Isn't it? Alright, I've got the head back now. It actually... So what you may not know about the void space is it actually is a void in here, and this fell into it, and I had to go and get it back out. But I've got it now. But that's why there's that little weird awkward cut there. So this is... Oop, that's one of Wolverine's claws. So I looked up a couple things while I was doing that. This is Echo. Where'd she go? There she is. So Echo, I was right on that. This is Goliath, who is like the giant man, right? Have we, I mean, other than seeing him, I think, in the first Ant-Man movie, not in giant, have we seen him in giant form? Maybe we're going to see him in giant form. But yeah, let's put Goliath together anyways. And now again, we have another, of course, jumper plate and jump peg. And we have an extra little micro figure of Ant-Man, so he'll probably have to go in somewhere. Maybe I'll put him in the window of the Lego toy shop in the Winter Village come that. So Goliath has two faces as well. We have angry face and less angry face. Honestly, that looks like Luke Cage. That could be used for a Luke Cage figure. Actually, so could that side. We should get a Luke Cage figure. A Luke Cage figure. I hope they bring him back. They brought back Kingpin and Daredevil. I hope they bring back Luke Cage. It was not my favorite of the series, but I really liked the actor, and I liked him playing it. And I know he's been doing that show Evil, but I hope they bring him back and do some more Luke Cage. So he's got an extra hairpiece as well, just like Wolverine did. Although honestly, not as impressive as Wolverine overall. But I do like the helmet. I mean, it's kind of that standard, kind of Iron Man-esque, I guess more Ultron-esque helmet. Again, nicely printed. I'm glad we see more printing on the back nowadays. I think that used to be a thing that we didn't used to get a whole lot of. But now they're kind of printed all the way around. It just looks nicer. All right. Let's put him up there and open up. So these two are the ones that have the similar top code to Moon Knight. I feel like we're not going to answer the question about the numbers being significant unless I open that third box, because that's got to be duplicates. If you have the whole collection here, then that has to be duplicates. I guess we can do that and just see what the codes are. And if they're totally different, then that answers the question. But I don't see any reason to open up those 6. But this one is 430R3009525, which is... The bottom code is vastly different from Moon Knight's. So yeah, I feel like these may just be like when they're produced, like production run numbers. But I mean, still, I feel like they'd have to be significant, right? And here we have Storm. All right, let's assemble the coming storm. And here is our X-Men 97 Storm. I did look up. It's X-Men 97. These are the X-Men figures are from. So yeah, that was that animated series on Disney Plus. And she's got her big mohawk. I feel like, so I know I wasn't going to put these on the jumpers, but I feel like Storm. Oh, I didn't put her cape on her. That's a crime too. I was gonna say, I feel like Storm not floating is just kind of a waste if it's possible to make her do so, and it is possible to make her do so. So. Okay, this is oh, that goes on. Does this go on our hands? They do. I have never seen that in a minifigure before. All right, let's fast forward a little bit more, and I'll try to put this on her. All right. There we go. Now she's put together properly. She's got her cape. That is a very interesting cape, the way they've done that in minifigure style. I mean, obviously it's what she's worn before. I enjoy playing her. I've been playing that Marvel Midnight Suns game by the people like Firaxis, people that make the modern XCOM games. I really enjoy it, and she's fun to play as. I did chill out for the DLC, mostly because there was Deadpool. But she's actually really, really fun to play as, too. Nicely printed. Definitely, I mean, reminiscent of that old X-Men cartoon. Love the lightning. Very similar to, I think my... Frozen. Not Anna. Oh, I'm not doing good with memory today. Anyways, I think my Frozen minifigure that I usually have in my Christmas Village has, like, the blue version of that. Plus... Who else did I have recently that had Winifred from Hocus Pocus has a green version of these. And of course, I think the blue version comes with Palpatine in the final duel diorama. So one thing is her little arm things here do represent, or her shoulder pads do limit how high you can raise her arms. This is as high as they can go. So that's not great for play necessarily. But I think she looks nice. She's only got the one face because the mohawk doesn't really cover the back of the head fully. That's a nice figure. I think that looks good. I like her. Yeah, but she needs to float. So those are 3 more figures, and then we're done with the series. And yeah, so far I do like them. I haven't got my werewolf yet, though. I need my werewolf because he's the only one that I can do something with right now. I can put. I guess Moon Knight can go into the. I guess actually, so could this one. Oh, code on this one: 430R3 001459. Similar top code to these two, but obviously not connected. So yeah, we have Agatha, because that box was Agatha all along. Let's put Agatha together. All right, so Agatha comes with some nice little accessories as well. We've got the little flicky energy bolt things. I've seen these before, like Iron Man and stuff. You push the little thing on them and they fly and disappear into the void and you never see them again. But good thing we have 2 of them. Oh, that didn't go very far at all. But she also has... I am not doing good with manipulating these small pieces into the hands today. Don't know if that's been obvious or not, but she also has her little spell book, which is pretty cool. And I love that. So, you know, we have just her kind of evil face, but I absolutely love, just chef's kiss, they gave her the winky face. Catherine Hahn's winking at the camera was like one of the just fantastic touches in WandaVision. And I love that they gave her the winky face like in the show. She does the thing from The Thing. I appreciate that. So yeah, she actually probably will go in the Halloween Village too. I'm assuming Werewolf by Night is one of these last 2 boxes here. So these are the ones that had totally different codes from any of the others. But I feel like the codes are not the road to telling us. So I feel like basically the way to do this is going to now, from now on, be, as long as we do these ridiculous boxes, is to buy multiple boxes from Lego, not get them in the Lego store, buy them directly from Lego and hope they send you the full assortment, or buy them from somebody online who's already opened them and just remove the mystery. So this one was Beast from X-Men, presumably 97. Let's put him together. All right, so Hank McCoy, the Beast, gets the award, I think, for the most complex build, as he actually has a little mini build of a microscope with a little slider. Plus, he comes with his little X-Men mug, and he's got 2 faces: his grrr face and his scientist face, glasses and everything. Let's do glasses face. Why not? He's enjoying a nice cup of coffee, or maybe tea. I don't know which he prefers. And he's got his microscope just sitting on the floor, which is a great way to trip over it, I feel. I mean, he's a pretty agile character, so maybe not. But I feel like I certainly would trip over it. I am not an agile character today. But yeah, very nice. Nicely printed. Very nicely printed, honestly. They don't do a lot of printing on the sides on these still. I suppose that's still the weak point, but the front stuff is printed nicely. I love the little hairpiece. That's a great sculpt on the hair. All right, so for our last one, this better be Werewolf by Night. I will be very disappointed. It's 330R3016412. If we have all but one figure, I may have to play a lot of bleeping noises. Because that would be absolutely ridiculous to give me 11 figures and then give me 1 dupe. But nope, I do not have to play loud bleeping noises, because it is Jack Russell, the werewolf. And here he is, Jack Russell, the werewolf. The Werewolf by Night was what it was called, right? That's what his comic was called. We'll just call him the Werewolf. That's what they call him. But yeah, it was Jack Russell right here. That was his ridiculous comic book name. He comes with a little extra one of the little crystal MacGuffin thing. I think it was stuck on, not Swamp Thing, Man Thing, I think is what the Marvel version is called, Man Thing. And yeah, he's going to go, him and I think Agatha both will go directly, because Agatha can hang out in the Hocus Pocus set with the other witches. But yeah, Jack Russell here is definitely going straight into the Halloween play. I'm going to open up the box just to see if the codes are the same. Because if I have dupes of them, I may just open those up and put those dupes directly into the Halloween Village. But that is, again, that's the thing that I dislike about these boxes is that, I would like to buy duplicates of certain characters because I want to use them in a set. Or because maybe my wife wants her own personal version of that figure. And that's just not really doable. If these codes aren't a hint. And yeah, trying to look through the corner of the boxes, I don't think is a workable. I mean, I feel like you're getting to the point of potentially destroying the box if you do that. So I don't suggest doing that in stores. But yeah, I don't like these boxes. I do like we didn't because one thing that's always kind of annoyed me, or at least the last number of years has annoyed me with the minifigure collections, is when they do like a bag inside of a bag. At least we don't have any of that. We don't have any bag and bags here. We do have the little cardboard that has the capes in it, but that's to be expected. But we didn't have, like, the last few series have had bags inside of bags, which I've not understood. But, alright, let's just take a look at these for the purposes of looking at the code on the bottom. We can look at a couple, and if they don't match up, then they don't match up. 629. Is anybody 629? Mr. Knight was 629. 629 0023. See, the codes are different. 430301 46. Yeah, the codes are different on these, so that's not. I mean, it may be, but you would need to have somebody who knew in detail what all the codes meant. I can see what they're saying about the idea of being able to look through these corners here, but these corners aren't that open, and I had no problem fondling a foil packet in the store, but I feel like you're damaging this if you put any real pressure on it. So, I mean, yeah, you can't see through that. That is not the way, unless you're willing to damage the box. And I'm not willing to damage the box. That is rude. So we'll never know what the other 6 figures are. Because yeah, I can't tell by the code. Or at least if later on I find out how to tell them apart, maybe we'll revisit that on like a weekday video. So, but yeah, I did spend money to buy a whole 3rd box. I didn't need, but you know what? It is probably less than I would have spent if I just was blindly buying these at Lego store or out of the glass case at Walmart or something. So I'm not upset about that. I'm happy to have received the full collection. Favorite figures? Well, there's not anybody I dislike. There's no stinkers in this one. I mean, there's characters I'm not as interested in, like Goliath and Echo, but I like them. I'm not upset about having them here. I'm glad they were included in the series. Were there other figures I'd have rather had? Yes, of course. But I don't have any issue with these ones being here. But favorites? Well, after putting them together, and they aren't necessarily the favorite characters, but I'd say my top 3 are going to be Werewolf, Agatha Harkness, and it's so close between Moon Knight because I love the look of him, but I love how much you get with Wolverine. I love that it comes with the Sentinel head. It's really hard to pick a third. Because ultimately, I mean, Wolverine, they might be the first, honestly. I'm just liking these two because seasonal appropriateness, I think. As much as I like Moon Knight, I love that he has the face and the cowl and the dagger. I am going to go with Wolverine. I love that he has the Sentinel head. That is just a fantastic detail. And bottom three, I mean, again, there aren't any I don't like. I guess if I'm going to pick characters just based on not being a big fan, it's going to be Echo, Goliath, and I guess Kate. I don't dislike Kate. I love that she comes with Pizza Dog. But I mean, if I'm going to pick three at the bottom, those have to be it. But that's like saying the worst Pixar movie, which is, the worst Pixar movie is better than a lot of other animated stuff out there anyways. And that's where we are here. The worst of these is not in any way bad. Yeah, a success. Sadly, don't feel like we're any closer to figuring out how to tell the figures apart. Hopefully this is so poorly received, at least maybe by retailers, if not by the purchasing public, that we won't see them do this again. I would not be upset to see these boxes go away. They're going to take up more space in my trash. They admittedly will biodegrade faster than the foil packets did, but yeah, I don't feel like we're getting a whole lot less waste here. It's just what the waste is. But, I'm in a longer term sense, I understand these are probably better in the sense of somebody wanting to not have a whole bunch of duplicates in their life at $5 a pop. These are not a plus. But again, it didn't stop me from buying them, so that's not really much of a threat, is it? But I think this has gone on long enough. It's been about an hour in my time. It'll be a little bit shorter in the video, but probably not that much shorter. But yeah, I love the figures. It's a great collection. It's a great series. I'm glad to have all of them. I'm glad, even though I spent an extra, $30? Yeah, it's like $30 for these boxes. Even though I spent an extra $30 that I didn't need to, I would have spent a lot more than that trying to buy them individually in the stores. So, yeah, plus I can just do one video and be done. So I've told you what I like the best and what I don't know, like the least best. Let me know what you think, though. Who's your favorite figure in this collection? What do you think of these boxes? Who's your least favorite figure? How embarrassing is it that I didn't know that was Goliath before opening it or looking it up? And yeah, just let me know what you think of these things. I like the figures, don't care for the packaging. But now I have to go add some things to my Halloween village. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.